Listen up, you donkey. Before we get started, smash that like button, share this video with your mates, and subscribe to the Bloody channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more culinary gold. Now, let's talk about your fridge, or should I say your food morgue. You see, some ingredients are like delicate flowers, they wilt under the pressure of that cold, harsh environment. You wouldn't store a Picasso in a dungeon, would you? Today we're diving deep into 10 foods you're probably refrigerating wrong, and trust me, your taste buds will thank me later. Get ready to revolutionize your kitchen game. First on the chopping block is the humble tomato. This versatile fruit, often mistaken for a vegetable, is a staple in kitchens around the world. From salads to sauces, its uses are endless. But there's one cardinal sin that many commit when it comes to storing tomatoes. Now, I've seen some atrocities in my kitchens, from overcooked pasta to burnt soufflés, but nothing makes my blood boil like a fridge full of these crimson delights. Storing tomatoes in the fridge is a culinary crime that many are guilty of. Refrigeration is a death sentence for tomatoes, turning them into bland, mealy disasters. The cold air wreaks havoc on their delicate cell structure, causing them to lose their firm texture and become mushy. The cold air destroys their delicate texture and robs them of their natural sweetness. A tomato's flavor is a delicate balance of sugars and acids, and the cold disrupts this balance, leaving you with a tasteless, watery mess. And don't even get me started on the nutritional value. Refrigeration can diminish the levels of vital nutrients like vitamin C and antioxidants, which are essential for our health. You're better off eating cardboard than a refrigerated tomato. The texture, the taste, the nutritional value, all compromised by the cold. Keep them at room temperature, away from direct sunlight. This allows them to ripen naturally, enhancing their flavor and preserving their nutritional content. Trust me, a ripe tomato on the counter is a thing of beauty, bursting with flavor and ready to elevate your dishes. Whether you're making a fresh salad, a hearty sauce, or just enjoying them with a sprinkle of salt, room temperature tomatoes are the way to go. Now get those tomatoes out of the fridge before I come over there and do it myself. Your taste buds will thank you, and so will your culinary creations. Next up, the mighty onion. This humble vegetable is a staple in kitchens around the world, adding flavor and depth to countless dishes. But to get the best out of your onions, you need to store them properly. Now, onions need to breathe, you hear me? They thrive in a well-ventilated environment. Storing them in a mesh bag or a basket allows air to circulate, keeping them fresh for longer. The fridge is a humid environment, and moisture is the enemy of a good onion. When onions are exposed to too much moisture, they start to break down. It makes them go soft and mushy, and nobody wants a soggy onion in their salad. Soft onions lose their crunch and their flavor, making them less enjoyable to eat. And that's not all. Onions are like sponges, they absorb all the flavors around them. If you store them next to strong-smelling foods, they will take on those odors. Keep them in the fridge and your onions will taste like last week's leftovers. This can ruin the taste of your dishes as the onion's natural flavor gets masked by other smells. Store them in a cool, dry, well-ventilated place, away from potatoes, which we'll get to later. Potatoes release moisture and gases that can cause onions to spoil faster. And for the love of all that is holy, don't store cut onions in the fridge. Once an onion is cut, it starts to lose its freshness and can quickly become a breeding ground for bacteria. They'll stink up the whole place. The strong odor of cut onions can permeate your fridge, making everything else in there smell like onions. Remember, a happy onion is a flavorful onion. Treat your onions right, and they'll reward you with their delicious taste and versatility in your cooking. Garlic, the backbone of countless dishes, deserves better than a slow death in your fridge. Refrigeration makes garlic sprout faster than you can say Gordon Ramsay. Those green shoots might look harmless, but they make the garlic bitter and unpleasant to eat. And as if that wasn't bad enough, the damp environment of the fridge can also lead to mold growth. Moldy garlic? No thank you. Store your garlic in a cool, dry, well-ventilated place, away from direct sunlight. And remember, a little garlic goes a long way, so don't buy more than you need. Potatoes, the king of carbs, are best kept far, far away from the fridge. The cold temperatures turn the potatoes' starch into sugar, ruining their texture and making them taste unpleasantly sweet. And nobody wants a sweet potato when they're expecting a savory one, do they? But that's not the worst part. Storing potatoes in the fridge can also lead to the formation of acrylamide, a potentially harmful compound. Store your potatoes in a cool, dark and dry place, like a pantry or a cool cupboard, and remember, keep them away from onions. They release gases that can make your potatoes spoil faster. Avocados, those creamy, dreamy fruits, are a culinary gift, but refrigerate them, and you'll be committing a culinary sin. Refrigeration halts the ripening process, leaving you with a hard, flavorless avocado. And nobody wants to bite into a rock-hard avocado, do they? To ripen avocados, keep them at room temperature. Once ripe, you can store them in the fridge for a day or two to slow down the ripening process. But any longer, and you'll be sacrificing flavor and texture. Remember, a ripe avocado is a thing of beauty, so treat it with the respect it deserves. Bananas, those potassium-packed powerhouses, are best kept out of the fridge. Refrigeration disrupts the ripening process, causing the fruit cell walls to break down. This results in mushy, discolored bananas that taste as unappetizing as they look. And as if that wasn't bad enough, refrigeration also destroys some of the banana's nutritional value. Store your bananas at room temperature, away from direct sunlight. And if you want to slow down the ripening process, wrap the stems in plastic wrap. Remember, a bright yellow banana is a happy banana. Bread, the staff of life, is best kept out of the fridge. Refrigeration accelerates the staling process, making your bread dry, crumbly, and utterly unappetizing. The cold air dries out the bread's moisture, leaving you with a brick-like loaf that's only good for making breadcrumbs. Store your bread in a bread bin or airtight container at room temperature. If you need to store bread for longer periods, freezing is a better option than refrigeration. Remember, fresh bread is a beautiful thing, so don't ruin it by putting it in the fridge. Honey, nature's liquid gold, doesn't belong in your fridge. Refrigeration causes honey to crystallize faster, altering its texture and making it difficult to spread. While crystallized honey is still safe to eat, it's not as visually appealing or easy to use. Store your honey in an airtight container at room temperature, away from direct sunlight and heat. Remember, honey is a natural preservative and will last for years if stored properly. Uncut melons, those juicy summer treats, are best kept out of the fridge. Refrigeration can dull their flavor and alter their texture, making them less refreshing and enjoyable. The cold air can also degrade the melon's nutritional content, robbing you of valuable vitamins and antioxidants. Store your uncut melons at room temperature, away from direct sunlight. Once cut, you can store them in the fridge for a few days, but it's best to enjoy them fresh. Remember, a ripe melon is a thing of beauty, so don't let the fridge steal its thunder. Olive oil, the lifeblood of the Mediterranean diet, should never see the inside of your fridge. Refrigeration causes olive oil to solidify and become cloudy, altering its texture and making it less palatable. While the oil will return to its liquid state at room temperature, repeated exposure to cold temperatures can degrade its quality and flavor. Store your olive oil in a cool, dark place, away from direct sunlight and heat. Remember, olive oil is a delicate oil and should be treated with care. As we can see, not all foods thrive in the chilly areas of our fridge. Some items like leafy greens and dairy products do well in the cold, but others, such as tomatoes and bananas, can lose their flavor and texture when stored in the refrigerator. It's important to know which foods belong where to keep them fresh and tasty. Understanding where each item is best stored ensures they retain their flavor and nutritional value. For instance, root vegetables like potatoes and onions prefer a cool, dark place, while fruits like apples and oranges can be kept at room temperature. Proper storage not only extends the shelf life of your food, but also helps in maintaining its nutritional benefits. From tomatoes on the countertop to honey in the pantry, proper storage enhances the quality of your food. Tomatoes, for example, should be kept at room temperature to preserve their flavor, while honey should be stored in a cool, dry place to prevent crystallization. Knowing these little tips can make a big difference in your cooking and eating experience, so embrace the right environment for each, and your taste buds will thank you. Imagine the joy of biting into a perfectly ripe tomato or enjoying a crisp, fresh salad. These small adjustments in how we store our food can lead to more delicious and nutritious meals for you and your family. Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more informative videos like this one. We love sharing tips and tricks to help you make the most out of your kitchen and your food. Thanks for watching. Your wellness is our mission. We hope you found these storage tips helpful and that they make a positive impact on your daily life. Remember, a well-organized kitchen is the first step to a healthier lifestyle. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a perfectly ripe avocado calling my name. There's nothing quite like the creamy texture and rich flavor of a perfectly ripe avocado. Whether you're making guacamole, adding it to a salad, or simply enjoying it on toast, proper storage ensures it's always ready to eat. Remember, keep those kitchens hot and your food even hotter. Cooking is an art, and the right ingredients stored in the right way can make all the difference. So, keep experimenting and enjoy the process of creating delicious meals. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, stay tuned for more tips, recipes, and kitchen hacks to make your culinary journey even more enjoyable.